BKB Bare Knuckle Boxing closes out an historic 2025 when it returns to the land of the Red Dragon. Friday, December 5th for BKB 49 from the Vale Arena in Cardiff, Wales. In the main event, Wales' own undefeated Liam Rees defends his super lightweight title against one of the hottest fighters in BKB today, top contender Rolando Dy. In the co-main event, undefeated light heavyweights Keiron and David Winiarski meet in the Trigon. Two of BKB's top rising stars face off when Simey Doherty fights Kallum Skhane. Don't miss BKB 49. Visit bkbbareknuckle.com for tickets and information. This has truly become our home away from home. We are back in Wales, we are back in beautiful Cardiff, and we are set for BKB 49, our main event. Later tonight, the title is on the line as the Welsh Rocky Liam Rees looks to defend his belt for the second time when he fights Rolando Dy from the Philippines. First, we start out with our preliminary matchups, and we have some good ones. Tom Pratt, Robert Koky. Pratt making his debut in the Trigon. Ethan George, Shaun Rafferty, both stepping in the Trigon for the first time. Healey and Kosiak should be spectacular, and we get it started with Geraint, Goodridge, and Rory Mccarthy. Yes, that is Rory Mccarthy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we open tonight's prelim card in the super middleweight division, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. This bout is brought to you by Vortex Competitions, and our referee in charge when the bell rings is Clive Allison. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the green trunks, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 168.4 pounds. Tonight, he is making his professional bare knuckle debut, fighting out of Ballycastle, Northern Ireland, by way of Liverpool, England, introducing Rory C4 McCarthy. And now his opponent standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gold trim. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 168.2 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with an undefeated bare knuckle record of 1 victory, opposite no defeats. Fighting out of Avon Valley, Wales, introducing Geraint, Magic Man, Goodridge.
Clive Allison, our referee. Goodridge and McCarthy. Here we go. The Welshman, the Magic Man, in the black and gold trunks. Rory McCarthy in the green and black trunks. Toe-to-toe early, nice jab.
Yeah, both guys trying to utilize that jab early on, trying to establish a bit of a mid-range advantage.
How good is it to see fighters who want to work off the jab?
There you go. Just like that, early knockdown scored by the Welsh Magic Man.
Was on a jab of his own too, right? Oh, yeah, jab caused the knockdown. You see the Goodridge throwing a bit of a heavier jab, putting some more meat behind it, pushing off his back foot.
McCarthy trying to come back.
Yeah, McCarthy's now getting backed up. He's on that back foot. He's got to stop that backward momentum. Goodridge on that forward momentum.
Oh.
Again with the jab.
Two.
And again off of the jab.
We don't see it often enough in bare knuckle that working off the jab. The jab's dangerous in bare knuckle.
Yeah.
If one man utilized the jab to 2 world championships and also still utilizes it.
Yeah.
Talked about it at you, Paul.
Unbelievable, Ian.
Yep.
Of course, but you know what? Again, people don't realize there's different kinds of jabs. You snap a jab. You can also put a lot of weight behind it, and you can see that's what Goodridge is doing. He's pushing off his back foot, so powering it in there, and that's what's causing these knockdowns right now. It's a heavier jab than the jab that McCarthy's trying to also utilize on the back foot.
It's right, Paul, isn't it? That power comes from your stance.
Yeah, that back foot. Yeah, the push off. And there's a little left hook from
Goodridge.
From McCarthy.
Cut his eye.
Yeah, McCarthy trying to fight off the back foot a little bit. If he can sort of work his way into this fight, it can work in a counter-punching ability because Goodridge does step in hard and it can be counter-punched, but you got to get through the storm right now, and right now Goodridge is bringing a big storm.
Good body shot. Goodridge just getting away from the harm thrown by Rory McCarthy. 2 knockdowns for Goodridge already.
Rory's thrown that right hand so many times. He's looking for that big punch. I think the classiest style is definitely Goodridge.
Yeah, Goodridge again staying on the jab. He's cut a little bit, staying on that jab. I will say the bald head of McCarthy, it'll start to hurt your jab hand. If this fight continues, I would expect Goodridge to be a little less active with the jab because you start pounding on that bald head with your jab. Starts hurting your hands.
Right in front of us.
Of course, it requires McCarthy to last long enough.
McCarthy is a true fighter. Back up again. Goodridge looking for the finish.
As I was saying, Goldie, for anything that I just said to matter, McCarthy has to last long enough to make that happen. He's trying to use that jab himself now.
He smells the wind, though, doesn't he? He smells the wind.
Round 2. Goodridge in the black and gold, green and black. For McCarthy, making his bare-knuckle debut. And again, knockdown. That was the right hand that time.
And you know what? He disguised it well. He threw a jab to the stomach, then the second jab to the stomach he threw, he came with a right hand to the top. So he's got McCarthy looking down, and then the right hand is disguised. He shoots up top.
What caused McCarthy a problem was he changed stance.
Yeah.
He changed stance, opening up his face.
Yeah. But again, it was also the bait thrown out there by Goodridge. So good check hook there by McCarthy. He's got to follow up though. Right now he's just throwing stay away from me punches, and Goodridge knows it. Another good right hand, Goldie.
This could be it. Mouthpiece is on the canvas.
How game is he?
Wow. It is all over. Goodridge with the victory. The stoppage in round number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Clive Allison calls a stop to this contest at 51 seconds of the second round, declaring your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Geraint Magic Man Goodridge.
Back-to-back shows where Magic Men win.
There you go. I like that.
Didn't take him long, Mikey, to come up with that one, did it?
He's ready too.
Well, I was waiting for him to win first there.
And the victor will visit with Gareth A. Davies.
Indeed, I am here with Geraint, the Magic Man. You took to him with a relish there tonight.
Yeah, he's a tough fella, give credit. Not many people get up 5 times, especially with no gloves on, so a lot of respect for Rory. I've knocked my first 2 out now. The first one was easy, the second one, I think now's the time to just up a level, you know. I did get boxing straight away, so I found it hard. Ricky's screaming in the corner, but when I got going, I showed how tough I am. So I'm coming, I've set my dreams, go all the way to the top. Let's have my 3rd one as a test. I'm ready. Anyone in my division to win it, I've got to fight them, so let's fight them.
40 years young you are indeed. And you've got to say, with that Welsh hoil, it's the best crowd in the world, isn't it?
Amazing. I think everybody from wherever they're from, Swansea, my Stig, Bridget, Newport, everybody clapped me, and thanks a lot. It was amazing to win in front of you all. I mean, keep bringing BKB up. We got some cracking talents on show, and it's a great show to be on.
The Magic Man, everybody, Geraint Goodridge!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Cardiff, Wales, our next bout on the prelim card is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the Super Welterweight division. Brought to you by Clue Nicotine Pouches. Looking to quit smoking or vaping? Let us give you a clue. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Ian John Lewis. Let's meet the fighters first. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, he says 5 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 148.2 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with an even bare-knuckle record of 3 victories, opposite 3 defeats. On the other end is Koky, Ireland, by way of Mogilno, Poland, introducing Marcin Psycho Kosiak. And now his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red trunks with white and green trim. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 148 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with an even bare-knuckle record of 4 victories, opposite 4 defeats. And he fights out of the valleys by way of Maesteg, Wales, introducing Corey, the Welsh Hitman, Healey.
Corey Healey, switch stance fighter. Looks like he's going to start this battle southpaw against Marcin Kosiak. Here we go. Red, white, and green trunks for Healey. Switches to orthodox quickly. Black trunks for Marcin Kosiak.
Trying to start fast as Healey falls right in to that clinch.
Healey describes his opponents and himself as lunatics in the ring, highlighting fearless approach, aggressive approach, and a never-quit attitude. They work in the clinch early.
And the constant switch is lunacy too. I mean, he's going lefty and righty a bunch of different times already.
Kosiak is the epitome of a street fighter.
Oh, yeah.
He's a street fighter. He said himself, I'm from the dark side of the street. Healey's a boxer. We'll see what happens, but he's got all the makings of a real good scrap.
These guys got to tighten up their tongue punches a little bit. As they get close, they're throwing a little wide, and they wind up in these clinches here. Punches got to get a little tighter so they can get those shots landed where they need them at close range.
These two fighters know each other. They sparred 2 years ago, and Kosiak said it was a pretty even matchup in sparring, which we know is a little bit different, Paulie, but he also said 2 years is a long time.
Yeah, of course, a lot can change in 2 years. Good shots there thrown by both guys. Kosiak has a little bit of a stutter step. He's in, he's out, he changes range, which I find really can be helpful in this sport. The subtle, small range changes. Good little counter right hand there by Kosiak.
Isn't that good though, Paulie? In and out quick.
Yeah, and exactly, but it's like they're subtle, you know. There's in and out, but there's you see these little stutter steps. And again, he managed to throw a left hook there and get it onto Healey.
Corey Healey continues to learn from each fight. Comes in without an extensive boxing background, but he definitely has gotten comfortable as a bare-knuckle boxer. This is 9th professional bout tonight.
I think Healey has to tighten up those shots a little bit. Good shots there landed. He shortens them up just a little bit. I think he'll be more accurate on Kosiak.
Is Kosiak's chin too high? He comes in with his chin high.
A little bit, but what he's doing is, again, he's got these little stutter steps that can throw off. See, again, there's that little feint, and Healey bit on it. Again, these little stutter steps can be a little bit confusing because sometimes he's throwing off of them and sometimes he's not. And he's also changing directions at times and sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's actually stepping in instead of stepping out.
Corey Healey has a similar type story as Marcin Kosiak. Combat sports, bare-knuckle boxing, put him on the right path, saved his life. And now they're going toe-to-toe here in round number 1. Mike Goldberg, Paulie Malignaggi, Tom Ross. From Vale Arena and Knuckle. Nice snap on that right hand.
That was better from Corey. He tried the uppercut as well, which we haven't seen, I think, so far tonight. Wonderful, 2 or 3 really good different shots. Kosiak had no answer to that.
Again, a lot of switching on the part of Healey here.
It's going to be a full night's work for Adrian Sheeran, one of the best trainers in bare-knuckle boxing today. They start at close quarters here in round number 2. Black trunks for Psycho Marcin Kosiak. Corey, the Welsh hitman. Healey in the red, white, and green.
8 fights he's had so far, Corey, and different hairstyle in every one. Somebody must owe him. He must owe somebody money.
6 fights for Kosiak. Same
hairstyle.
Same hairstyle.
I don't have much of a choice, right?
You know, back in the day, I always used to say, who would want to get in a fight with the guy with a mohawk and tattoos on his head? But now you look at Kosiak, he doesn't even need the mohawk.
Nah, we got tattoos covered, though.
Yes, he does. The Iceman, Chuck Liddell. That sharp right hand from Healey in round 1, probably the best punch that landed for either man in the first 3 minutes.
A little bit of a nosebleed
Blood
on
coming from him, yes.
Both guys throwing really hard punches. The accuracy isn't great. I'm sure the percentage isn't great. And it's a bit of a cumbersome physical fight. But when they do land, they're throwing really hard punches. Somebody's hurt here. Healey might be hurt.
That takedown.
Healey might be injured.
Could have landed on his rib.
It could be the hip, too.
Yeah.
Hip flexor. See, they did fall because Kosiak fell on top of him as well, right? So there is a kind of a double impact on that fall.
It's like taking a body shot, isn't it? Well, he's flat on the floor.
Yeah, but
because we hit him in the side.
The weight of the way he went down could be something. Let's see. Let's see if he fell on his hip. I think he fell on his side. That's the problem. See, right there. See, he fell on his side, and that's the problem too. So it could be hip or yeah. That's and it could be shoulder actually too. It could have fell on the shoulder. You see the shoulder?
Yep.
Be on your side. Could be. It looks like he's pointing to his hip. Yeah, Mike.
Well, as you do that, Paulie, you see the doctor. He is working on the shoulder, and this one is over, unfortunately.
Sometimes shoulder separations happen as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ian John Lewis calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 17 seconds of the second round. And due to the fight not meeting the minimum requirement of halfway through completion, this bout has been ruled a no contest. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the third bout on our prelim card, it is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division. Brought to you by BoxRec, the heartbeat of all combat sports data. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Andy Albrighton. Let's meet the fighters first. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with black trim. He stands 6 feet, 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 185 pounds even. Tonight, he is making his professional bare-knuckle debut, fighting out of Consett, England, by way of County Durham, England, introducing Shaun Rafferty. And now his opponent, standing across the trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gold trim. He stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 185.6 pounds. Tonight, he is making his professional bare-knuckle debut, fighting out of Llanelli, South Wales. Introducing the former Welsh glove boxing champion, his Hellboy, Iestyn Shaun.
Andy Albrighton, our referee. Ethan George, Shaun Rafferty. Here we go. Ethan George in the black and gold trunks, Shaun Rafferty in the white trunks. A lot of gloved experience for the former Welsh champion, Ethan George.
Do you have the nickname Riff Raff in America?
Yeah.
Because here Riff Raff means rubbish.
Oh, well.
Really?
If you Riff Raff, you're rubbish.
Well, he's from here. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I think it came through his pals being a bit...
It
does,
did.
Yeah. But it's weird to have a name where people go Riff
Yeah,
Raff.
in America, riffraff is more like messy or right? Kind of crazy.
The riffraff.
If we say you're Riff Raff, you're a hobo.
He said his old boxing coach said he was a little rebel back then, and it also rhymes with Rafferty, so credit his coach for riffraff if it's nice or not.
Riff Rafferty.
This is a... Got to be careful with the open hands there of Rafferty's. Very out with those fingers. George with a nice jab. I mean, this is a real boxing match so far in the early parts of this fight. Both guys really looking like two stable boxers, two disciplined boxers here. Fighting at that middle range, nobody trying to grab, feinting.
Little blood coming from the nose area of Shaun Rafferty. Both men with extensive gloved experience. 8 professional bouts. That's a slip for Ethan George.
George has started well, hasn't he, Mike?
He really is. And white collar, almost 20 bouts for Shaun Rafferty.
George trying to go for that catch and shoot.
Body shot.
Great body shot.
The first catch and shoot hook actually whizzed by Rafferty, but it still backed him up. I feel like it intimidated him. This is what I'm talking about with bare knuckle fighting. You either take to it or you find out it's not for you.
It's all over, just like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Andy Albrighton calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 57 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, and now undefeated, Ethan George! And now, ladies and gentlemen, we round out our prelim card with 5 3-minute rounds in BKB's light heavyweight division. This contest is brought to you by Vortex Competitions. Our referee in charge with the bell rings is Ian John Lewis. Well, let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white, green, and red trunks. He stands 6 feet, 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 174.4 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with a professional bare-knuckle record of 5 victories, opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Novozomsky, Slovakia, introducing Roberto Koky. And now his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gray trim. He stands 5 feet, 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 172.8 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Trigon, an established veteran of bare knuckle, boasting a professional bare knuckle record of 6 victories, opposite 3 defeats, and 1 no contest. Fighting out of Crewe, England, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Pratt.
Ian John Lewis, our referee. Our final prelim tonight from Vale Arena in Cardiff. Pratt and Koky. Black trunks for Tom Pratt, first fight in the Trigon. White with red and green stripes. Robert Koky looking for his first win here with BKB. Koky's debut was against Keiron Harding, who will fight later tonight in our co-main event of the evening. Koky did score a knockdown in the 2nd round against Keiron Harding. Harding finished him off in the 3rd.
Looks like Tom Pratt, he wants to brawl him. I mean, he's just through 2 massive overhead rights, and Paulie will know better than anybody. If you throw that big right and miss, your energy is used all the time.
Yeah, and they're also telegraphing a little bit their attack, so neither guy has been able to land anything. They're falling into clinches each time. Again, they got to tighten up a little bit, maybe disguise their attack a little bit better. See again right there, Koky trying to look for the big shot. Tried to feint right before it, but the right hand was a bit wider over the top. And Pratt saw it coming from a mile away, got underneath it.
A couple of body shots before the break thrown by Koky.
Yeah, you allowed those little cheap shots here, BKB, right?
Absolutely.
The feature there it is. Again, Pratt tries the same thing. Again, tries to feint downstairs, throw it over the top, but again, a bit too wide and telegraphed, and Koky sees it coming.
Koky wants to put his country on the bare knuckle mat. Like our champion, marvelous Marco Martignac, in attendance tonight on his birthday. Marco's got a big fight that was just announced.
He's fighting Ike Villanueva, right?
Yep.
Good fight, that one. Good fight. Ike is a warrior. Marco is a top-level guy. Good battle. 2 scrappers.
Former heavyweight champion, Hurricane Ike Villanueva. battling at Bridgerweight, where Marco now has the belt with his recent win over Dan Podmore. A lot of clinching, a lot of energy being utilized by both men here.
And not getting anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, they're falling in. They're falling in because their shots are just too wide, and they wind up falling into clinches, Tom.
I'm just looking at Koky. He looks as if he might have more of the boxing ability.
Yeah.
But we're not seeing it.
But the problem is they're trying the same trap every time. It's a feint downstairs with a wide right hand to the top, and both guys are trying it, and both guys are missing it. Now Koky came in with a hard jab there.
I think finesse is on short supply, isn't it?
Yeah, and also creativity.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to see.
You mean engineering the shot, setting the shot up?
Yeah, exactly. You know, just using various deceptions there.
Tom Pratt comes from a family with boxers in earlier generations. Of course, our champion, the hitman Harry Gigliotti, 4th generation boxer and holding one of our golden belts.
This is really scrappy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gigliotti, BKB 50, defends his title against Esteban Partida. And then when we come to the O2 Arena, Paulie, you talked about Marco.
Yeah, you see that they just stare at each other. There's no creativity here. They're just trying to wait to see just who's going to throw first. But neither guy's being deceptive, and that's why they miss when they throw.
They're not looking to win the fight. They're looking for a big knockout.
Oh, they're looking to win. They just don't know how.
But my point is they're not looking to earn the right to win it. They're just throwing punches.
Yeah,
they're not approaching it like Goodridge did earlier tonight with a beautiful jab.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Goodridge had a solid jab and a method to the madness. These guys have a jab here and there, but even that, they're not really consistent with that either, you know?
Isn't the jab the kingpin of all boxing?
There's a 1-2, and look, you finally land the shot and you get a knockdown. Look at that. How fast that happens.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mind you, that's the first landed shots of the entire night in this fight, and this could cause a knockdown already. So.
The one thing you will notice from Koky, though, Paulie and Tom, he's fighting long.
Yeah.
He's fighting long, he's turning those shoulders
up that
over.
right hand. It's coming out a bit straighter, and he's having more success with it. He's throwing it straighter than he did in round 1.
Just seen that again there, that straight jab.
Yep.
Yeah, straight
The
right
jab's
hand
the
as well.
kingpin of all boxing. The jab is where everything comes from.
But the right hand is also being thrown straighter now by Koky. In the first round, he was looping it a little bit too much, and Pratt saw it coming from a mile away. Now Koky's giving some head movement as well. That's what I'm talking about. A little bit of creativity there, a little bit of broken rhythm that can sometimes creates openings on its own because it gets a reaction you want to see.
Suggests he's got a good corner.
Yeah, maybe some good adjustments there by Koky.
A lot of body shots in the clinch. Pratt from Crewe, England, 35 miles south of Manchester.
See if Pratt can.
The railway centre of Britain. The railway centre of Britain, Crewe.
See, now I'm confused again, Tom. I'm starting to learn, and now you throw like, you come back to the U.S. again, I'll confuse you.
Easy done.
The legendary Tom Ross, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, Mike Goldberg. Final prelim, Pratt and Koky.
Pratt doesn't have any ideas. He's kind of just standing at that mid-range, hoping to land something, but again, not creating much.
How important, Paulie, is it that when you get in the ring, you're adaptable to change whatever you need to do to win? We're not seeing any change from him.
Yeah, and he's just kind of standing there mid-range, hoping that something opens up, but he's got to create that opening. And Koky's actually starting to make some adjustments here and there. Nice sharp jab by Koky as well. Even a level change on the part of Pratt.
Legendary bare knuckle fighter Marco Martiniak, and Koky would like to do the same thing eventually for his country of Slovakia. 3rd round, black trunks for Pratt, and Koky in the white with the red and green stripes.
You see Koky again started out the round, he's changing levels, he's giving the feints, and he's dropping levels. Again, a little bit of creativity being shown on the part of Koky since round 1. Pratt still has not made any changes. Again, just waiting and hoping something opens up, but and then forcing himself on the inside because he doesn't have any answers. He's not going to land the shot like that.
Have you been in that situation, though, where your corner has to say, look, what you've got to do is, and you do it?
Nah.
Never.
No. I mean, maybe when I was young. No. Well, I mean, seriously, I wouldn't have gotten in competition if I didn't have the answers. There's actually a point in my life where I knew I could turn pro. I wanted to have at least all the answers to these kind of circumstances before I ever turned pro. Maybe in the amateurs there were times where I probably had this problem as I was still learning.
But you were adapting in the ring yourself.
Yeah, a nice hook there by Koky.
Yeah.
And again, Pratt looks uncomfortable every time a shot lands, which is also kind of telling here. You know, anytime a shot does land on the part of Koky, Pratt is not reacting in a fighting manner. He's uncomfortable, which makes it only worse for him because he's not able to create on his own either.
Not a lot either way in the first 3 minutes, but a second round knockdown scored by Koky. So a 10-8 in round number 2, just past the midway point of round 3, midway point of this fight.
He's got ahead on points anyway.
Yeah, Koky could probably win this fight just with his lead hand. If he kept a busy lead hand at him, he wouldn't even need the right hand. I mean, he's scored a beautiful knockdown this fight with the right hand. But honestly, see the jab? If he's consistent with that, Pratt doesn't even have an answer for that. He'll beat Pratt just with the jab. Good right hand there again, straight.
And the jabs are different, upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're creative enough already where Pratt already has no answers to begin with for this. Pratt needs to create something for himself again, and he's just out of ideas.
He's a very experienced bare-knuckle boxer.
And he breaks position every time Koky throws. Against a taller guy, you're going to go back every time he throws at you. You're never going to find the range because he's already tall and longer than you. You've got to slip to the left or right and counter him. And there Pratt tried to get underneath something. But that you're going to have to hold your ground and slip and shoot. And Pratt giving up ground every time Koky throws takes him out of range because Koky has a longer range to begin with. Koky's taller. There it is again. Nice jab from Koky.
Tom, would it be accurate to say that throughout this fight, Robert Koky has settled in and settled down and looked much more comfortable after the frenetic start?
We all know sometimes the first round's a feeling out sort of round. He's settled into it, and I think he's coasting.
Yeah, looks very comfortable, Paulie. Because I've learned everything about boxing from the Magic.
We adapt. We do higher.
Everything's Paulie's fault.
See, there's again that pivot that Pratt tries. Sometimes Pratt sometimes uses it even when it doesn't need to, or sometimes when he does need to, he uses it a little bit too early, and he shows it because that's the kind of move you want to make at the last instant, so you don't show the defensive slip.
Pratt with the names of his 2 kids on his trunks, Frankie and Luca, age 4 and age 1. But Tom Pratt needs to do something different because much like both of you guys pointed out, all of a sudden Robert Koky is coasting in a good way. Coasting, but scoring.
Working off the jab and just picking up the punch. He's not looking for a knockout.
Yeah, and he's more confident. You see the body language. The body language he has, you know. Again, you see change of level from Koky. You see that now he drops a jab downstairs. Drops a jab upstairs. Again, he could win this fight probably with just his lead hand. See the drop with the feint.
Whereas Pratt needs a knockout.
Good little creativity here from Koky.
They always say you win or you learn. Every fight is an opportunity to grow. The self-confidence remains in Koky. That important 6 inches between the ears. And a smart fight after that.
You're spot on,
start.
You're spot on. You win and you learn, but you also lose and you learn, don't you?
You should.
Or you should.
Yeah, you should.
Unless you blame the referee and everybody else, which has happened.
Nice jabs here from Koky. Again, the lead hand dictating things. Pratt no answer for it. Pratt now not even jabbing himself.
And again in the corner.
Again, one of the big mistakes Pratt is making is he's leaving the pocket every time Koky throws punches. And so he takes himself out of range because a tall guy, if you try to slip punches against a tall guy by stepping out of range, you'll never be able to counter him. Against a tall guy, you eventually have to hold your ground and slip to the left or right so you can counter. And if you don't counter a guy, he's going to stay confident because he's not going to pay. And even if he's missing, he's not going to pay.
And his face is a mess anyway. Look now, and he's hanging on, isn't he? Let's be honest, he's hanging on. He's game and courageous, else he wouldn't be in the ring. But Koky is in control.
Yeah. And Pratt's out of answers.
Pratt at one time was 19 stone. That would be 266 pounds back in his powerlifting days. Like the Baron, Aaron McCallum. Big powerlifter.
Powerlifting, yeah. Yep. Believe it or not, something I did myself.
Really?
Way back in the 80s, yeah.
I did not know that.
No, I shall bring you the trophy.
I would like to see it. I do powerlifting with you two because I got to carry you guys the whole run.
I appreciate it, Goldie. That's what a teammate does.
And what a good job you do of it.
Thank you, thank you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Final seconds of this round.
Again, Koky, nice. And I think at this point, the way Pratt is showing a lack of creativity, the only way Pratt's going to land the big shot is if Koky gives him something. And I think Koky doesn't necessarily have to give him anything, Tom. I think he just keep leading with the lead hand and protect himself just by boxing.
And he's done that brilliantly, hasn't he?
Yeah. And I like that. Now he's switching into a left hook, so he's feinting with the jab. Now you got to be careful more if you're Pratt, because Koky has the ability to turn that lead hand into a hook as well, and it's deceptive. But I think Pratt has to go for broke. Let's see if he tries to do that at least.
And you know what? Tom Pratt, his trainer, everyone watching, everyone in attendance knows that Pratt needs a finish right here, right now, or Koky will get his arm raised in the trigon for the first time.
But yet it's still Koky coming forward, holding range. And sometimes it's the best protection. You hold range, you come forward, but at the same time, not too forward to where you get reckless. You just come forward just enough to back up your opponent, and you maintain the protection range that Koky has right now.
When you see people like Koky working off the jab and doing it superbly, you realize how far this sport has come.
Yeah, it is bare knuckle boxing, right? So, but the boxing will take you far.
But there were more fighters like Tom Pratt back in the day than now we've got. Now we've got boxer fighters, and it's lovely to see people with great skill who can use the jab, work off the jab, great footwork.
Yeah, your boxing can take you far in this. You just gotta know how to use it. You gotta be it's gotta be an aggressive boxing. And by aggressive, I don't mean brawling. I mean knowing how to be first and keep your opponent thinking and off balance all the time.
Slip and move. Just keep on the.
Yeah, or just making the first move, and that's not necessarily punching. It can be feinting. It can be keeping the head movement. It can be giving the level changes, just like Koky's doing. Koky's keeping Pratt thinking constantly. It's not necessarily because he's punching.
And his feet work, his footwork is great, because if you keep moving, if they can't see you, they can't hit you.
That's it.
And footwork is so important.
Koky said coming into this fight is third in the mighty trigon. He's really been focusing on sticking to his fight plan rather than overthinking about what his opponent is going to do, and he has done exactly that tonight.
That's well said, Goldie.
Spot on.
A really game-planned performance here for Koky, and you can see the confidence building in his body language each and every round.
35 seconds away from his first BKB victory.
Pratt never took a chance in this fight. He was outclassed in terms of ability, but you would have liked to see him at least go for broke in this last round, and he just kind of goes out with a whimper here in that he just accepted his fate and never really went for, took a risk.
He's surviving.
Yeah, well,
that's all he's doing.
I wouldn't go as far as saying he's surviving, but Tommy, he never took a chance.
You've got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He was just content to just, let Koky dictate and not.
What you're saying, he's got out of your shield.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 full rounds inside the trigon, we go to the judges' scorecards at ringside. Judges Shaun George and Adam Putter sees the contest 50-44, while Judge Carl Cook sees it 49-45. Declare your winner by unanimous decision, Robert Koky. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome all of you tuning in around the world on TalkSport, Telemundo, and Vice TV. And welcome to Cardiff, Wales, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's home for BKB Bare Knuckle Boxing 49, the Dance of the Dragons, featuring our championship main event between the Wales' own Rees versus Rolando Dy. But before we get to that championship main event, we have a great main card kicking off first with 5 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Brought to you by Vortex Competitions. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Clive Allison. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the purple trunks with silver trim. He stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 126.4 pounds. Tonight, he is making his professional bare knuckle debut, fighting out of the Rhondda Valley by way of Pennyguy, South Wales. Introducing the 21-year-old phenom, And now his opponent, standing across the trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the orange trunks with blue trim. He stands 5 feet, 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 123.4 pounds. A veteran of one professional bare knuckle contest, fighting out of Newton, England, Darlington, England, introducing Joe Mad Dog Randall.
That's cool.
Our tail of the tape for our first fight of the night, brought to you by Vortex Competitions. Iestyn Edwards, 21 years old. Joe Randall, 24 years old. Iestyn Edwards a little bit taller as we get things going.
Mad Dog versus the Enforcer.
Yep, I love that, right? Edwards and Randall. Clive Allison, our referee. Here we go. Joe Randall. Joe Mad Dog Randall. Big swings early.
Coming out like a Mad
orange
Dog.
with purple. Yeah, he is. Wow.
Trying to overwhelm Edwards.
Fast hands. 21-year-old Edwards, purple, white, and silver trunks. And Randall comes out on fire. I'm with my powerful partner, the Magic Man, the former two-time world champion, 1-0 in the Trigon. Paulie Molinaggi. Paulie, great to be here in Wales with your partner.
Good to be back Trigon side with you, Goldie.
Look at Mad Dog early.
Quick pace. Edwards trying to work his way into the fight. Right now, the Mad Dog is trying to overwhelm him.
Came out firing. Now this fight is scheduled for 4 2-minute rounds. It is Iestyn Edwards' professional combat debut.
Oh, nice uppercut there from Randall.
Randall was ready for 5x3, so he just picked up the pace a little bit with the 4x2, hasn't he?
Yeah, a little low blow now, yeah.
Mad Dog just throwing. Relentlessly.
Edwards on a brilliant now.
Good body shot from Iestyn Edwards.
You could see the subtle slowing down of Randall. And Edwards picked up the pace and started going to the body.
Edwards, amateur, two-time Welsh champion. Great
nice
eliminations
there from Edwards.
Bronze medalist.
Randall starting to slow down here. Edwards' confidence growing as he's starting to walk Randall down. That fast start of Randall, he may be paying for it now. Good hook there.
Boom. Second knockdown. Great hook. It is all over, just like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee Clive Allison calls a stop to this contest at 2 minutes of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Iestyn Edwards.
18 bouts, 100 rounds for big brother Rees. Gareth A. Davies will visit with the 21-year-old who looks spectacular. Here's Gareth.
You can hear the crowd, Stiffy. You said pressure builds diamonds. You had to weather an early storm there and a brilliant finish.
Yeah, fuck me. He hits hard for a little guy. I changed my mind about saying it's the same without no gloves on. It's completely different. It's like getting hit by a fucking meat cleaver. But I got through the adversity. He hit me at one point and I swear to God I saw double. But I'm a tough cookie. Tonight was my night and it would have took a fucking monster of a man to take it away from me.
You showed toughness, skills, and IQ there in the end.
Yeah, I seen, as soon as I dropped downstairs and I caught him on the ribs, I seen him wince. I knew the size difference. I knew I was coming down in weight, he was coming up. I knew we were going to take it around the stomach. I caught it around the stomach once or twice and then started bringing it back upstairs, mixing it up and down and showing my boxing brain a bit.
Just turn around with me and take a look at the screen, because we can watch your highlights. You can talk us through this.
Fuck me, I'm good.
You are very, very good. Here you go. Talk us through it again. Body shot.
Body shot, head shot, have some of that, smack, bang, wallop.
You might have a job in commentary one day.
Hopefully, if I get paid as well as you, I'll have a go.
You're only 21. You've got a huge, turn around with me here. You've got a huge future in the sport. Are you made for this? You've been telling us all week you could not wait for your debut. Are you here to stay?
Nah, that hurt. Nah, I'm joking. I'm here to stay. I want a world title. I feel like I'm good enough to fight for the world titles and against the big boys. I seen Ashley Williams ringside. It would be an absolute pleasure to fight you, Ash, after you fought for that world title and won that world title like I know you will. It'd be an absolute pleasure to share the ring with a serviceman, a great Welsh athlete, and I think we should get it done. We fill the motor point out. Never mind the Vale, we'll fill a massive stadium out. Not a stadium, but you know what I mean, Ash? Let's get it done, brother.
Let's hear it for Stiffy, everybody!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Cardiff, Wales, we arrive at the light heavyweight division inside BKB's Mighty Trigon. This bout is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Shaun Lewis. This bout is brought to you by Clue Nicotine Pouches. Looking to quit smoking or vaping? Let us give you a clue. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with gold trim, he stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 173.2 pounds. Tonight, here is a Trigon with a professional bare knuckle record of 2 victories, opposite 2 defeats, and he fights out of Abertillery, Wales, introducing the former World Championship contender, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Hammer Marshman! And his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with camouflage and gold trim, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 171.6 pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring with an astonishing bare knuckle record, 18 professional bare knuckle fights, 10 victories, opposite 8 defeats.
I love you.
Fights out of Essex, England. Ladies and gentlemen, Soul Snatcher.
Lot of talk back and forth between these 2 men this week. Talking is over. Fighting about to start. Hilz and Marshman. John Lewis, our referee. Here we go! Black and gold for the Soul Snatcher. White and gold for Jackhammer.
Digging right in. No feel around here.
Great utilization of the clinch from Marshman. The first Welsh fighter to compete in the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It is all over.
Yeah. You can't get up at 9.5, sorry.
Paul was ready to get up, but Paul Smith in the booth with us. You can't wait till that last buzzer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Shaun Lewis calls a stop to this contest at 26 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Jack Hammer Marshman!
He's not going to retire.
I was just thinking the same thing, but Gareth is going to ask him in just a second. Respect both fighters at the end. Here's Gareth A. Davies with Jack Hammer Marshman.
Go on, do it. Oh! Jack Marshman, brilliant body shots, wasn't assault. He got up too late, he was obviously hurt. You can't retire after that.
I speak to my missus, I don't know.
How satisfying was that?
Yeah, it was a good win. I needed it, I had a shit run, so it's a good win, I'm proud of that. You know, it might be one more on the cards, who knows?
Did you know you had him hurt there, even though he was remonstrating with Clive?
I was coming to take his head off no matter what, so I didn't even think about it. It is what it is. I don't know why he didn't get up. I thought he was gonna. I was good to go though.
We'll take a little look on this screen and look at the highlights. There's your assault. Talk us through this.
It looked like a pub fight, to be honest, but fuck it. It is what it is. Good way. It looked like Big Brother in someone to me.
What do you reckon? Watch the count now and tell us whether you think he was truly hurt or he mistimed it.
We can all count to 10 at the best of times, bro, you know. Even I can count to 10, mate, and I write with crayons, so don't worry about it.
Come on, tell us about your next fight. I'm going to mark on you. You're going to be fighting in 2026. Don't disappoint your Welsh fans.
Well, I made 78 so easy. So I said to my missus, the next one's 77. She said, there ain't no fucking next one. But I don't know, I think it might be one more.
There's only one hammer. Jack Marshman, everybody.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Cardiff, Wales, and live around the world on TalkSport, Vice TV, and Telemundo, we arrive at the heavyweight division, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds inside the smallest fighting surface in combat sports, BKB's Mighty Trigon. This bout is brought to you by BoxRec, Bare Knuckle Fighting's official record keeper. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Clive Allison. Let's meet the fighters first. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with black trim, he stands 6 feet, 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 238 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with a bare knuckle record of 3 victories versus just 1 defeat. And he fights out of the Ronda Valley by way of Knuckle, Wales. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Troy Palmer. And now his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the bronze-colored trunks with black trim. He stands 6 feet, 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 240 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with a bare knuckle record of 3 victories, opposite 4 defeats, and he fights out of Aberdeen, Wales. And ladies and gentlemen, introducing Dorian Dy.
Darch training with Keiron Harding. He's trained with Gareth Gatchy Williams, who's in his corner tonight. Jack Marshman with the big win. Martin McDonough, heavyweight fight. Dorian Darch and Troy Palmer. Here we go. Big swings early from Palmer. Dorian Darch in the black and gold, black and red for Troy Palmer.
Both of these guys swinging for the fences right away as well. Push down there. Just like in our first fight, guys. No feel out here.
Yep. Paul Smith, we're going to get a full day's work out of you. 26 seconds, so we're keeping you for this one, buddy.
You never know with these fellas, the way they're swinging. If one of these lands, it's curtains.
You're going to still try to get a full check, though, aren't you?
You bet.
Palmer and Darch connecting.
And both guys throwing for the power. I think Palmer should just be using more of his jab, but Palmer also looking for the big shot.
Again, Paulie, you're the expert. You've done it. I would always assume that just hit the target. Don't load up. The more you load up, the slower you're going to be.
Yeah, and your hands start to hurt too.
Exactly.
I don't know, maybe they just want to end the fight, because sometimes hitting the target clean with a big shot also ends the fight. So then you preserve your hands, I guess. Maybe that's sort of the mindset these guys have, but a lot of missing here. And there's a jab from Palmer. Now I think now things settle down. He may settle into some straight punches, which I think is Palmer's advantage here. Though he comes out with a wing and one there, Goldie.
Yep, and a big reach advantage for Troy Palmer.
A lot of rabbit punching in the middle.
Darch, 25 professional glove bouts. Fought some of the best of the best. Troy Palmer has finished his opponent in his 3 victories, all in the first round.
I think Palmer is getting hit in the back of the head, but Darch is saying he's giving me the back of his head. He's turning his head.
Body shot from Dorian Darch.
I think you throw those big punches, or you land one like that. Oh, big hook there to the head.
A lot of these power punches also, Paulie, as you know, when you're throwing these power shots, it takes a lot of energy from you.
Yeah, and it hurts your hand. And I think that's why I think sometimes they're just throwing them hard to the body as well. They want to preserve their hands a little bit. And then you land one of those big shots to the head. Sure, you might do some damage, but it reminds you not to throw too many hard shots.
45 seconds on the clock, round number 1. Mike Goldberg, my powerful partner, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, the leader of the fighting family from Liverpool, the Fab Four, Paul Smith.
Darch throwing some wicked whipping shots there, missing all of them. Another hook, good hook there from Palmer. It's a cut.
Opened a big cut up on the head, Paulie.
Yep.
And that's a bad spot, guys, because that's going to roll down towards his eyes. I mean, the Trigon has plenty of springs, but it still worries me a little bit with these 2 big guys in there.
There's a cave. Thinks a cave in there, right?
Yep.
Palmer now trying to showboat a little bit. Trying to walk Darch down. He sees the blood. He's spurred on by it. And Darch starting to, his body language starting to fade a little bit, right, guys?
Absolutely.
I agree.
End of the round. 2 underway. Darch in the black and gold, black and red for Troy Palmer. All right, I will admit by a few years, I am the elder in this booth, though. Paulie, your birthday and mine 1 day apart. You're now 45, right?
45, yep. Good job.
How old are you, Paul?
43.
All right, so you're coming back. You're going to fight bare knuckle.
I feel great.
Paulie's forcing you to fight, Paul.
Palmer doing a good job of being first now. Somebody lost a mouthpiece. It was Darch. See again, Palmer being first.
Said he comes in the fittest he has ever been, driven by the threat level of his opponent.
Yeah, the corner of Palmer are complaining, and rightly so. There's a few gone in on the back of the head from Darch, and I'm not saying he knows what he's doing. He's letting them go, though, and it's a dangerous place.
Yeah, but is Palmer giving the back of his head sometimes? And that's right hand there from Palmer.
You can see it there, Palmer's turning away to his left, and he's exposing the back of his neck.
Notice Palmer most of the time. There's a good hook from Darch, but most of the time it's Palmer who's first. And let me tell you, Darch doesn't strike me as a counterpuncher, so if Palmer's getting on first, it's not good for Darch. On the jab now, straight punches. Palmer trying to take control, guys.
He's using what he's got, isn't he, Palmer? He's using his reach, his height. He's using the advantages that he has. Darch is struggling with it.
Oh, good shot.
Good shot from Dorian Darch.
And return fire from Palmer.
Palmer presently the 5th ranked BKB heavyweight.
Good hook there from Darch.
Swing and a miss. Palmer. Good job by Clive Allison.
Yeah, that was intentional. There, Clive does a good job there, pushing back.
It's a good job he missed.
Good job he missed, but that's a point taken away, right? Yeah, I mean, that was intentional. You can't throw a punch when the guy's on the ground.
Clive's the best.
Clive taking charge, man. Takes a point. And you know what? The intent, I feel like the intent has to be punished. You know, the warnings are for accidental things. Intentional things have to be punished. Good thing Clive Allison's a big guy here, because these two guys need a big guy to break them up.
If Clive doesn't jump in there, Paul Smith, then it could have been over by a DQ.
Should have been over if he would have landed that shot. He's lucky he missed.
Good body shot there from Palmer. And Darch is leaking, and he keeps losing the mouthpiece.
See, now if I'm Palmer in this fight, and again, I've never done this type of fighting inside the Trigon, I would just be hitting the target now and just frustrating Darch even more. He's obviously on the edge, Darch.
Yeah. His body language is fading. Again, it's Palmer who's first consistently.
Paulie, much like you didn't grow up in that yuppie Brooklyn, Paul Smith had to say, I haven't done this, pause, in the Trigon.
Yeah, but Paul's from old school Liverpool. They don't mess around either.
That's my point.
All blood. Some southpaw jabs here from Palmer.
Palmer looks spectacular.
Yeah, he is starting to take control of the fight. What I call bossing the fight. Controlling the pace, controlling the... Darch is still hanging tough. He's showing heart. But Palmer is in control of this fight. And Darch is going to lose a point here if he keeps losing that mouthpiece.
Doctors are going to look at him very closely. He is all busted up from the rights and the lefts from Troy Palmer.
Listen, you falling into this game. You're throwing ups like him. What did he say you got to do? Throwing ups. Step back, jab, catching it up every time. You don't need to be fighting with him. Just step up, step up. Yeah. Okay. Stop trust me. Lunging. Make it easy for yourself. Stop, pop. Move, pop, pop. Yeah.
You know when the cuts are bad when they have two swabs in the one cut?
Yeah. You see some cuts like that in this sport. Some action from that last round. The guys are really swinging for the fence. This is where Darch threw that shot. Yeah, clearly Palmer was down. I mean, also Palmer falling over from throwing the left hook. His form isn't exactly great either. Darch could take advantage of some flaws in Palmer's style, but again, Darch just a bit worn out, and his body language is not very confident. So you're going to get a chance for the doctor to check out this cut here.
I think the doctors just said, do you want me to call it? So I remember a cut like this happening in glove boxing once, and the same as an artery in the forehead.
Yeah. But in glove boxing, it's from an elbow or from a headbutt.
Yeah, absolutely.
But here in bare knuckle, because it's bone to bone, even a fist can cause that cut.
Wow, blood comes out of the nose of Darch from that sharp jab of Troy Palmer.
Palmer is actually saying to the referee about Darch's injuries there. You can see him having a bit of sympathy.
And Palmer now sitting back and jabbing, right?
Back to what you were saying about cuts, Paulie. A lot of my time in my career as a pro boxer, I think 9 out of 10 cuts were by head clashes.
And that's what ends it. Troy Palmer, victorious. Moves to 4-1 inside the Trigon.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Clive Allison calls a stop to this contest at 29 seconds of the third round, declaring your winner by TKO, Troy Palmer! And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Cardiff, Wales, this next contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the Bridgerweight division and is brought to you by Clue Nicotine Pouches. Looking to quit smoking or vaping? Let us give you a clue. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Ian John Lewis. And let's meet the fighters first. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim. He stands 5 feet, 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 219.6 pounds. Introducing the multi-time MMA champion, but tonight he is making his professional bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Liverpool, England, Lee the Butcher Chadwick. And now his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gold trim. He stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 216 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with a near-perfect professional record of 7 victories versus just 1 defeat. Fighting out of Western England, he is the Great White Rob Boardman!
Boardman and Chadwick. Ian John Lewis, our referee. Here we go. Rob Boardman, victorious in his debut. He is in the gold and black trunks. Lee Chadwick in the black trunks.
They're gonna get in close, both guys trying to fight at that close range. Chadwick will probably look to use that tie clinch, right, Goldie?
Yes, absolutely. 51.
Nice jab there by Boardman.
MMA fights, 31 victories, Paulie, from 2006 to 2024.
Boardman using a nice lead hand so far. Combinations there. Well, Chadwick took a bare knuckle punch, took it well, and still looking to come forward. Another good hook there from Boardman, though. He's using that left hand in a very educated way. He's used it a couple of jabs and now using it into a left hook. Chadwick's got to hone in on the trajectory of that shot as he's cut on his forehead there, Goldie.
Boardman, as we talked about during the walk-in, very talented glove boxer, very talented bare knuckle boxer, 7-1 record. His trainer, Dean Cooper, Michael Bisping's striking coach back in the day.
Boardman looks relaxed now. Chadwick's got to figure out a way to put some pressure on, make Boardman think. He's giving Boardman too much time to think and set up with that lead hand. So he's kind of hanging around at mid-range and not doing a lot. Boardman doesn't have to really think about what he wants to throw or land. He's just going to kind of take what he sees. And again, a good hook from Boardman. Again, you see what Chadwick's doing. He's trying to give some head movement, but he's a bit too stiff, so it's not really deceptive head movement. And he's hanging around at mid-range. So Boardman's going to see all that. And
Boardman, that punch landed a little bit because we just saw an expression on Boardman's face. Big, strong guys in here battling in the Bridgerweight division. Chadwick cut, but now has his opponent in the corner.
Well, Chadwick has fought through this. Now he's got close range where he wants to be.
Right in front of us, Magic Man.
Yeah, you get a feeling that if Chadwick can get close range, he may make Boardman really uncomfortable.
Yeah, Boardman.
A good shot there from Chadwick.
Boardman moving, now going to the body.
Now Chadwick.
What a battle.
Yeah, now Chadwick has got the fight that he wants to fight. I think this is the kind of fight Chadwick was looking for. They're going to close range, and now the fight is at the range where he can fight as well.
30 seconds on the clock, round number 1.
Bit of a battle of attrition here.
Boardman's on shaky legs. It is all over! Just like that!
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John Lewis calls a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 52 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, the Butcher, Lee Chadwick! And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Cardiff, Wales for BKB 49, the Dance of the Dragons. We arrive at the Super Welterweight division, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. It is brought to you by Vortex Competitions. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Andy Albrighton. And now let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with pink trim. He stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 151.6 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Tri-Gauntlet with a professional bare knuckle record of 7 victories, opposite 2 defeats. And he fights out of Stoke-on-Trent, England. Introducing the Smoke from Stoke, Simey Doherty. And now his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim. He stands 5 feet, 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 152.6 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with a bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus just 1 defeat. Introducing the former World Championship contender from Woodby, Wales,
Both men have said this is the toughest fight of their bare knuckle career. Skhane and Doherty. Here we go. White and pink for Simey Doherty, black and white for Kallum Skhane. Wide stance, early Paulie. A lot of movement with the hands, looking for some feints.
Yeah, calm, more calm on the part of Doherty. Right now, Skhane looks like Mr. Hyperactivity.
Yeah.
He's trying to get a false move out of Doherty, looking to start fast.
49 amateur boxing bouts for Simey Doherty with the gloves on. 5-time Welsh glove champion, British glove boxing champion, member of Team GB emerging talent with the gloves on for Kallum Skhane.
But I'll tell you, Doherty had 49 amateur boxing bouts of his own, you know, so he's got a good amount of experience. That's exactly how many amateur bouts I had, 49.
Is that right?
Yeah, exactly 49. So the right hand over the top by Skhane there a second ago.
That was a great fight with Harry Gigliotti. Kallum Skhane. But Kallum had cut the weight.
Skhane being busier right now. Doherty a bit too much waiting for my take. He's calmer. It feels like he knows what he wants to do, but he's waiting a bit in. And Schane's hyper style is allowing him to be busy. Not landing on a lot clean, but he's getting the punches off.
Skhane going down to 140 was a battle, but Paulie, you know, great competitors in their career, they go down the weight for title shots.
Yeah, oh yeah. That was a good shot there by Skhane. It looked like it missed to me in real time, but must have grazed Doherty on the temple because that one didn't graze and that one landed clean. Doherty did start shaking around and his legs looked rocked.
Good pace. Now set by Kallum Skhane.
Yeah, now for the first time in the fight, somebody has taken control of this fight.
Final minute of round number 1. 9 professional bare knuckle battles. Simey Doherty has gone the distance in every fight.
Yeah, he's a durable guy.
Pretty much unheard of in bare knuckle.
Yeah. Especially the triangle. Good right hand again by Skhane. Skhane is the one getting the punches off. And he's the one creating. Yes, some is missing, but he's landing enough. And it's preventing Doherty from really setting up any sustained offense here. As Doherty's strictly in reaction mode, he's got to start creating on his own. Gets off with a jab there, doesn't land it, but at least he gets off first there. He's got to start being first a little bit. He's going to have a chance in this fight as Skhane has done a great job of being first so far. Good little hook there on the inside from Skhane.
15 seconds. Doherty trying to land that right, and he did cut on the left side of the face of Skhane.
See if he can instead get something going in the second round.
Mike Goldberg, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi here in Cardiff, Wales, our last show of 2025. BKB 49, Dance of the Dragons. Main event is the title fight as Liam Rocky Rees looks to defend his belt against Rolando Dy. This is Kallum Skhane, title contender. Fought Harry Gigliotti at 140 against Simey Doherty, the smoke from Stoke.
Doherty wants to get in there and land the perfect shot, and he doesn't see it, so he gets himself in position and then doesn't throw anything. Doherty, he's got to do a better job of just getting shots off. As Skhane, that actually is the opposite. Skhane is not looking for the perfect shot. He's just throwing, putting himself in position to throw and then throw. And maybe with all that head movement and hyperactivity, he's trying to create openings on the stance of Doherty.
Black and white trunks for Kallum Skhane, white and pink for Simey Doherty.
See, the difference is Doherty will not throw. He's looking for the perfect shots, while Skhane will throw at anything Doherty gives him. Even if it's something small, he'll throw at it, he'll make it a target. And for that reason, he's been busier. He's probably leading in the fight. Doherty plays the position game very well, but he's got to use the position game to his advantage. He gets off some shots. Gets a little 1-2 there from Doherty.
He has landed a few because there is some visible damage on the face of Kallum Skhane.
Goldie, as we noticed in the Harry Gigliotti fight, you know, Skhane bruises and cuts pretty easily.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're starting to see that here. He's
And for Simey Doherty, he really doesn't, thus going the distance in all 9 of his bare-knuckle battles.
He's very calculated, he's very responsible defensively. Like I said, he doesn't seem like he takes a lot of chances. He positions himself very well, and he'll look for that perfect shot. And I feel like he should throw a little bit more than he does, but at the same time, it does allow him to be very responsible defensively.
Kallum Skhane said
good reaction there from Doherty.
The loss to Harry Gigliotti was valuable. It boosted his confidence, Paulie, by showing his true level. He was proud of pushing Gigliotti into the 4th round.
Listen, Gigliotti's a tough guy.
Yeah.
And he's also a good boxer. He's a tough guy, he's a good boxer, and probably the best body puncher in BKB. Skhaine's toughness showed in that fight, but eventually it was the body punching that was his undoing.
He's the Mickey Ward of bare-knuckle boxing.
Well, same geographical location, right?
You got that right. And he will headline BKB 50.
I'll tell you, Doherty's got some impressive boxing technique. He is hard to hit clean. He just, again, he doesn't get off enough. So it could cost him here. Very, very class boxer. Really good reactions, good position. Starting to get off a little bit more here. Let's see how this fight starts to wear off in the 3rd round. Really good reactions and to the punches Skhane throws. Hard to hit clean is Doherty. Slips, slides, catches. Just doesn't punch back enough off of those great moves. A good sense of positioning as well, but seems like he just looks for the perfect shot. And you see, Skhane will be all over the place in some ways, but he'll take what you give him, and for that reason, he may be ahead in the fight. But let's see if Doherty starts to get busier here in round 3.
Doherty viewed this bout as a bare-knuckle chess match.
And that's what it is.
Yep. And a critical step towards a potential title shot for one of these 2 men. Maybe at 147, maybe at 154. Maybe they'll call you out like everybody else does, Paulie.
Yeah. It's the going rate right now. Oh, good shot there by Skhane. Again, Skhane will take what he gets, and although he misses, he does land at times. And getting your hands off is a big key to winning the fight.
And Skhane acknowledged Doherty, tricky mover with good head movement, good footwork, and that is exactly what we've seen.
Yeah. But it's Skhane with some blood there on the face. And Doherty catching him on the out a second ago, now catching him with a small right hand. Again, you see Doherty just makes you barely miss, you see? He's got good reaction, good sense of distance.
It's a good slip and rip.
I'll tell you, if Schane's intensity diminishes, things can get interesting because Doherty, already you can see he's the classier boxer. That boxing could maybe allow him to start getting punches off. Because right now, it's Skhane who's been in control for 2 rounds at least because he's been able to be busier. But here, you're starting to see Doherty starting to close the gap a little bit, get off more punches, and Schane's energy is starting to diminish.
Simey Doherty embraces the mental and physical demands of bare-knuckle competition. Both men talking about the evolution of BKB taking over as these men are both putting on a show past the midway point of this 5-round fight.
Skhane falling in with his head a bit. He's getting a warning there. And these pot shots of Doherty are starting to create a mess on the face of Skhane as he's cut below the eye.
And trying to hit Simey Doherty mentally and physically fatigues you.
I'll tell you, Doherty does a good job. Slips, catches a lot on the hands as well. And again, he's starting to take the position battle really well here because Skhane is starting to run out of room. He's starting to move Skhane around the trigon more and more. Still not throwing enough for my liking, but he's putting Skhane in positions where Skhane has to feel a bit desperate and has to throw more punches.
Good combination late in the round by Doherty. David Winiarski and Keiron Harding. Round number 4.
See, Doherty doesn't waste any energy. See, he'll just sit there waiting. Don't waste any energy.
Black and white trunks for Skhane, white and pink for Doherty.
Very technical fight between these two, but their approach is vastly different, both in a technical way, though.
Tough one to score, Paulie, as you pointed out.
Yeah. Especially as the fight starts to wear on.
Doherty his coaches, his family, also lists Rocky Marciano as one of his greatest influences. He's 5'10". He said that was when men were men.
Yeah, I agree with him.
I knew you would. I knew you would. It's anybody's fight. So he's starting to put together some combinations, Paulie.
Yeah, Skhaine's awkwardness, though, makes him hard to hit himself, you know? He slips and slides all over the place. There's more of a control slipping and sliding on the part of Doherty. Skhane is more of an out-of-control slipping and sliding, but nonetheless, sometimes he's hard to hit clean himself because of that.
Total of 77 amateur fights for Kallum Skhane, boxed for the Welsh amateur team. A lot of mutual respect between these two fighters.
Good jab there from Skhane. Skhane falls in with everything. Sometimes I think if he wouldn't fall in, if he just used the jab, he'd be able to create something off of that. If he could create a first defensive move from Doherty and catch him on the second shot, but falling in hurts his ability to do that. See, again, Doherty knows how to conserve energy. See, one thing I know for Doherty, you know, without the head movement, it's hard to create, though. You see, he gets in position, and he's got great position, great balance, great hand positioning, but it's hard to create the opening if it's not there, if you're not at least moving your head and creating an opening.
Big swing and a miss by Kallum Skhane in the takedown.
But again, I cannot stress enough how good Doherty's reactions are. He's like a cat, man. Gets caught a little bit there, but he's really, really difficult to hit clean, considering he's not in a crazy rhythm, because like I said, he doesn't give you a lot of head movement. Again, Skhane falling in, but sometimes one of the advantages of falling in like that is if he does land, it doesn't give Doherty a chance to fight back because it falls into a clinch. So Skhane will get the eye-catching scoring shot.
There is some swelling on the left side of the face of the smoke from Stoke.
Of course, a lot of the falling in on the part of Skhane does not involve a landed shot. He hasn't gotten off the punches that Skhane has gotten. So again, it could be viewed in various ways. So 5 could be key here to decide it.
Kallum, proud of his toughness, his ring IQ, mature, grounded confidence. He even joked around saying, "I'm not as dumb as I look."
He doesn't look that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And even if he kind of did, I would never say it to him. I'd get my skull crushed.
Again, Skhane starting out the round much busier. And Doherty trying to put him in a position to where he gives him an opening, but Schane's awkwardness prevents that clean position for Doherty to throw the punches. Which again is sometimes why you should just be throwing punches and being busy. Again, good jab from Skhane. Doesn't land clean, but it touches something. Good jab there from Doherty, but a good counter from Skhane.
And a little blood under the right eye now from that jab that landed from Simey Doherty. Under 2 in this featured matchup.
And you see what Doherty does. He tries to put you in a position where you're going to make a mistake. He walks you down. He's hard to hit clean as he's walking you down. A lot of times that can create a pressure. See, none of that lands clean. It's hard to create. It starts to create a pressure to where you start to throw too many punches or maybe make a mistake and he lands it. But the thing about Skhane is he's so awkward off his movement that the mistakes he's making, Doherty's not really able to make him pay for them the way he would want to. So again, it's making things tough to score. The counter right hand there from Doherty, from Skhane as it kind of lands. Nothing really lands cleanly in this fight. Everything's just kind of grazing shots. Whatever does land, and a lot doesn't land.
5th and final round.
Good skill, technical fight between these two guys. And again, a different approach from both guys, but both in a technical way.
A bare-knuckle chess match, as Simey Doherty said.
Yeah. I think Doherty, off of these stances, could feint a little bit more. That's probably the only thing I would say for Doherty. But Doherty's got amazing reflexes and really high boxing IQ because his sense of positioning is always on point. But maybe he could feint off of this great positioning that he puts in. Because Skhane's ability to be first most of the time may get him this decision.
30 seconds remain.
And you can offset that ability to be first by at least feinting in between.
15. The smoke from Stoke is going to go the distance again.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards at ringside. Judge Shaun George sees it 49-46, Doherty. Judge Carl Cook sees it 50-45, Skhane. And finally, Judge Adam Putter sees the contest 48-47, declaring your winner by split decision, Simey! Doherty! And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our penultimate bout, our co-main event of the evening. 5 3-minute rounds in BKB Super Middleweight Division. Brought to you by Clue Nicotine Pouches. Looking to quit smoking or vaping? Let us give you a clue. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Clive Allison. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing the white trunks with gold trim, he stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 164 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the Trigon undefeated, 3 fights, 3 victories, opposite no defeats, and he fights out of right here in Cardiff, Wales. Ladies and gentlemen, Keiron, the Hurricane Right now, his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the tartan trunks. He stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 165.2 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with an undefeated record. 3 fights, 3 victories, opposite no defeats. And he hails from County in the Kingdom at Fife, all the way up in Bali, Scotland. He is the Tartan Titan, David Winiarski.
Clive Ellison, our referee for our co-main event. Here we go! Winiarski, the Tartan Titan, his trunks representing his home of Scotland. Keiron Harding in the black and gold. High-level matchup, title ramifications in this battle of unbeatens.
Kieran's known as the Hurricane, but it'll be Winiarski that comes out, arms flying. He'll come out out the traps very quick.
Yeah, Winiarski is more of a more hyper style. Gotta be careful falling in as Harding catches him coming, but he might have been an open hand. Let's see. Winiarski saying it was a finger. Let's see.
You've suffered that, Paulie. You know what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You got to keep those hands closed. I think it looks like a defensive maneuver on the part of Harding. You got to be careful there. Let's see the replay. Yeah, it was a. Let's see it again. Let's see if there's.
Deducted a point.
Yep, Clive Allison.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the intent there. And I think that's what Clive, because Clive refereed my fight, so he experienced
Absolutely.
it. Absolutely. And I think you got to referee the intent there. And that's the thing. If you can help whether your hand is open or closed when you're swinging it. I mean, there are some things like the unintentional poke for me is when you're trying to grab behind the head for the Muay Thai lock, and the guy moves his head and he gets poked. That's unintentional because you have to open your hand for a Muay Thai lock. But when you're swinging a punch, your hand should be closed, and then you can help whether your hand is open or closed.
And Clive checked with us as we looked at the replay. Not that we're the judges or the referee, but to ask, did it land? Was it an eye poke? And you know, and Paulie, a lot of it was your fight, really cracking down on those.
He's made more hands-on fight because, like I said, he experienced it hands-on.
Very much so. So round one, almost at the midway point.
I think that's woken him up.
Yeah, well, it'll open the fight up now because now I think Harding's going to try to avoid a 2-point round loss.
Absolutely.
He's got to try to win this round and make it 9-9. But Winiarski has a lot to fight for as well because if he can win this round, he wins it 10-8.
Wide stance for Boardman. Throwing from the canvas in this co-main event here at BKB 49, Dance of the Dragons.
Oh, good stuff from Winiarski.
Not a lot landed clean there, but again, it's driving Harding back. Harding's got to try to hold his ground and counter from there.
We didn't see
nice
too often
jab.
that combination, double shots.
Winiarski, hand speed, high volume, hard hitting, great movement, no fear, heavy right hand, and he will utilize the clinch as he pushes forward here in the final minute of the round.
Harding doing a good job being bladed, but what happens is he's going straight back, and Winiarski driving him straight back, ends up landing the punches as Harding ends up too high against the ropes.
Swelling under his left eye, Keiron Harding.
Winiarski with his sister, his angel on his shoulder, Chelsea. Coming out looking very good, but he just ate a heavy jab, and it busted up his nose a bit.
Harding trying to close the round. Harding trying to close the round. This is complicated now. There's an eye poke back. It's a good warning for watching the eye.
And Clive is taking a point.
Okay, so it's now we're even with the eye.
Now he's leveled it up.
At least that levels it up. Now they got the same amount of wrist to fight for.
Absolutely.
Hopefully no more eye pokes, because I think those kind of damage the fight. I think both guys have also agreed, okay, let's not eye poke each other's eye anymore.
I think
they touch hands.
That'll have the desired effect, hopefully. It's high intensity, this. And both really badly marked, considering the first round, all the marks come, both of them.
Double left hook from Winiarski. Harding closes in.
And notice
Winiarski's getting all busted up.
Notice how well their hands are closed now at close range, though.
Yeah.
They're both.
Both have got an eye closed.
It's so dangerous.
Nice jab. Harding has a good jab.
Intentional or unintentional, and more often than not, it's unintentional. But they're so dangerous. BKB, our commission.
Yeah, well, Michael Bisping lost an eye, right? Michael Bisping lost an eye in the UFC.
No question.
When he's like this, Keiron Harding, calm and chilled, that's it his best. It suits Winiarski to be up the tempo.
That caused Winiarski to spit up some blood. I mean, caused Harding to spit up some blood.
Winiarski coming in with a great combination, and again, Harding backing up. The Tartan Titan on the attack.
Some swelling. Both
Point
guys
deducted for both men in the first, and a lot of swelling. Big mouse under the right eye of Winiarski. Both men are busted up.
Yeah, both guys wearing the damage.
And Winiarski switching now from orthodox to southpaw very often now.
So you want to be a bare knuckle boxer?
No.
Yep. And I got the first hit on my shirt of the night.
Did you? I got you. Me and Tom are trying to cover up over here.
Don't worry about me, I'm fine.
This is a good fight, though, intense, high intensity fight.
Very much so.
And with those sort of marks and those sort of punches, it's not going 5 rounds, is it?
Oh.
Not at this pace.
I tell you, if it does, both guys are going to be really marked up. Harding,
Winiarski takes a knee.
Harding's jab, making a difference. Harding's jab making a difference. Again, he's got that bladed stance to get some heavy weight on that jab from that back foot. When you're bladed like that, you can put some extra mustard on that jab because your back foot has extra weight on it.
When he asked his legs, he was so lively on them. I think his legs are wobbling a little bit from that last. And in this game,
Simey, Doherty, and Kallum Skhane are no longer going to be the victors of fight of the night.
No. But the more you stand still, the more chance you've got of being hit.
What a bite!
Sort of punishment, whether you're focusing your sharpness about the combinations and whether you lose a little bit of it. Oh, they want the doc.
The doctor's gonna have to see what we're doing here.
Have a look at Harding.
Have a look at both.
Yeah, I think both.
Yeah.
Both are
I
gonna
think
get a check.
that's
We need two
warranted.
doctors.
Yeah.
This is, we call both doctors to them.
Have we ever had a medical?
There's swelling on the left side of the face too, right, of Harding.
I'm thinking.
Have you ever, in your career,
not, but they're
have you ever had a medical draw in your career?
Medical draw.
No.
My mom had a medicine drawer.
Close.
The battle will continue.
It's gone from a really good technical fight to a battle of wills and a battle of attrition here between Winiarski and Harding.
Scotland against Wales.
Now, who wants it most?
Yep.
And Winiarski's got to be careful because he got that hand half open again.
Tartan shorts for Winiarski, black and gold.
Oh, good right hand there
for
from
Keiron Harding. And we're just in round number 3.
They've both got through a lot of times.
He's got good jabs there from Harding.
I like Winiarski's snap jab. You know, he's very snappy and quick.
The Harding's power jab has really done a number.
Yeah, for sure. And he executes that brilliantly, does he?
Yep.
Looking to land that jab with a little feint, little movement.
Let me ask you a question. Have we had a shot to the body in this fight so far?
No, and I think their hands would be screaming just to throw to the body because their hands look the worst for wear. All the headshots they're throwing.
It's all the headshots.
This right here is why BKB and the mighty Trigon have become the industry leader in bare knuckle boxing.
Another good jab from Harding.
Amen to that.
And again, they try driving back combinations of Winiarski. Again, just like I mentioned, it's the good jabs of Harding and the combination that drives Harding back. Harding's got to be careful going straight back like that.
But you know, we sit here and we go, it's swinging his way, then it's swinging the other way, then it's swinging. It's hard to...
Well, that point deduction in the final seconds of round number 1 even things out, at least with the points between Winiarski and Harding, and then taking a knee gives an extra point to Keiron Harding. Winiarski taking that 8, trying to come back from it and utilize it.
Winiarski wants to give his hand a little bit of a reprieve too, because he's jabbing to the head so much. His left hand probably hurts. He could be jabbing to the stomach as well because, oh, gotta be careful there. He lost a mouthpiece. He could be jabbing to the stomach as well because Winiarski is.
He actually lost the mouthpiece, the referee.
Winiarski is kind of square, so there is openings for jabbing to the stomach for Harding as well. If he wants to give his hand a little bit of a break from hitting the hard skull.
That was a dirty gum shield, Tom.
Yeah. Normally they always wash it and put it back in.
And you're swallowing half your blood, half the other guy's blood at this point. What big difference does it make, right, Tom?
That's fair. 15 seconds, round number 3. This is a battle.
For all those watching that think I could do this, look at this fight and you know you couldn't.
Amen.
Body shot. There's a good body shot from Harding with the right hand.
Wow, wow.
It is all over. Keiron Harding, victorious in this incredible battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Clive Allison calls a stop to this contest at the end of the 4th round, going into the 5th, and due to a TKO by a doctor stoppage, your winner and still undefeated, Keiron the Hurricane Hardy!
Look at those two men. Talk about committed. Talk about leaving it all in the Trigon. And they're going to be talking to Gareth A. Davies, both Winiarski and Harding. Gareth?
What an incredible fight. If I can just bring David Winiarski in, first of all. Obviously, your corner withdrew you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for this Celtic Scottish warrior. Very, very quickly, David, you gave everything there tonight. Is there anyone you want to dedicate this fight to?
Yeah, as I say, it's been well documented. I lost my sister maybe 2 weeks ago, and they missed right in the middle of a fight camp. So I had to dedicate this fight to my sister and our 2 kids, Dakota and Navarra, who are watching at home.
Well done, mate. You did your sister Chelsea proud tonight. Congratulations. We're calling this the Dance of the Dragons. Wow, you breathed fire tonight in an absolute war of beautiful brutality.
Wow, what a fucking fight that was. Did you all enjoy that? So we'll do it again. I want to thank David for going through with this fight, with everything he's been through. What a fucking warrior he is. He gave me a tough old fight in it. I had to give it all my all, and thank fuck I won.
You dug very deep. You're undefeated. You're in this division. Where are you headed? Do you believe you're a fight or 2 away from the title?
There's a couple above me. One's my year now, Kennelly. Is Keiron, LTLT, the champ. I think with a performance like that, I showed I can fight. I showed I can box. Yeah, I'm one more win away from a title shot.
Tell us about what you go through when you're in one of those extreme wars like that, because you had to take time off during the fight, you had to regather yourself. You got done for an eye poke, he got done for an eye poke. After 2 rounds, it felt like we'd been watching an hour of a war.
Yeah, it goes to fight or flight, doesn't it? You either got to dig in and win, or you stop fighting and lose. So I dug in that bit extra, all my training paid off. I was fit as fuck in there today, and that's why I won.
I think you're a worthy challenger to Laurent T. Smash Nelson, to Cub Hawkins. Barry Jones retired tonight. Are you taking over the mantle?
Yeah, like I said, I got one more win. I think Kennelly will be a good fight for me. That'll be a good old fight. I think we should get it on next, and then the winner of that takes on the champ.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, Keiron Harding.
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the evening. 6 3-minute rounds for the BKB Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Vortex Competitions. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Andy Albrighton. So, to those of you watching around the world, to those of you joining us here live in Cardiff, Wales, are you ready to make history? Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with black trim. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 152.6 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with a near-perfect professional record of 4 victories versus just 1 defeat. And he fights out of Las Marinas, Koky in the Philippines, introducing the multi-time MMA World Champion, and tonight the challenger for the Bare Knuckle World Championship, ladies and gentlemen, Rolando Dy. And now his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, trunks for silver trim. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 153 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the Trigon perfect as a professional. 5 bare knuckle wins, opposite no defeats. And he fights out of Swansea, Wales. Introducing the current, the reigning, the defending BKB Super Welterweight Champion of the world, Liam Rocky
The champion Rees, the challenger D. Andy Albrighton, our referee. Here we go! Liam Rees in the black trunks. Rolando Dy in the black and white trunks.
Rees fainting. D was waiting for his moment and just tried to explode forward. Missed the shots, but aggressive start from D after.
All 4 of Rolando Dy's bare knuckle wins have been by KO or TKO.
Rees doing something interesting there, turning southpaw and then letting the shots go over the shoulder as he entered.
D with that extensive MMA background.
Rees with a little bit of like almost that shadow boxing on the outside, like Guillermo Redondo uses. Yep. D likes to use that roll with right hand. Caught, landed partially there.
There's some bruising on the left shoulder of the champion already. D has that clinch. He's been doing it for a long time, but he said, Paulie, to both of us, I can box, and I'm gonna box, and I'm gonna win.
Well, he has almost a 0 to 100 style, right? Where he's not there, and then all of a sudden he throws some big shots. I think Rees is trying to put him out of position with some feinting and moving, but D holding position well. He's not breaking position, and then from that position, if he's not made to be uncomfortable, he'll explode again, and that's what Rees has to be careful with.
Clinch is going to be a big part of this fight.
Rees is cut on the right eye.
And it was during that clinch exchange, Paulie.
Could have been a clash of heads, you think, Goldie?
Could have been, absolutely.
Again, you see how D doesn't break position. Rees is trying to look for something for D to bite on so that he can attack him. D's not really biting, he's holding position, not really giving a lot of different looks, but Rees is not... I don't know what's going on over here.
Control of those fists, making sure they're closed.
The fingers. And Rees can do the same thing he's doing, just with the fist closed.
Yep.
And there he finally got D a little bit out of position.
And now switches to southpaw.
The thing about D is he commits a lot. He commits heavy on his attack. He goes from nothing to all at once.
And now D's going to be warned about headbutts.
Yeah, he's flying in with his head. He's got to be careful there as well. Rees has to be careful. That's the thing about D's attack. It's all at once, and he flies in, and he falls in. So there can be a head clash. Again, he's not being made to break position. This is where Rees could use a jab here. Not necessarily have to land it, but you got to keep D busy so that he breaks position.
They're pointing, they're punching, round 1 in the books. The champion, Liam Rocky Rees in the black. The challenger, Rolando Dy, in the black and white trunks. For now, that cut above the right eye of Rocky Rees, the blood seems to be rolling away from his iron down the side of his head, but Paulie, that could change any split second.
Yeah, of course. But you see Diaz, oh, good shot, good hook.
Goodness! He rocked him!
D is looking for Rees to fall in. He's waiting on that back foot, holding position very, very well is D. D's holding position very, very well. You see he's on that back foot, so he's able to sort of absorb the initial reaction, the initial aggression of Rees. That's why Rees needs to break his position, because he's got to make D fall off that back foot. He can't have D on that back foot when he attacks. You see D can do that. He can roll and counter, put the weight on that back foot.
Rocky definitely wanted to let the referee know he was good to go. Little push back. Yes, I want to fight, ref.
D has a good sense of distance here, and that's what Rocky's trying to figure out. And again, see that back foot roll? Again, it's that back foot roll, it's that back foot weight, and it allows him to roll and counter. There it is again. That was the roll and counter that he was looking for. He didn't land it there. That's exactly the roll and counter he's looking for. Kind of shift the weight on the back foot as Rees attacks, and then fire that right hand with the weight of the back foot on it.
Big knockdown scored here in round 2 by the challenger. Massive left hook landing.
And Rees is having trouble negotiating distance. And D sees that Rees is a little bit hesitant to close that final gap, because he knows that Rees knows that right hand is there. And there's again D with that right hand. Rees has to find an answer for that roll right hand that D has. If he doesn't find it, he's gonna have problems the rest of the fight. And it's also gonna keep him hesitant from wanting to close the gap fully, which is a big problem here. Again, you see what D's doing. He's actually showing it to him. He's like, yeah, that's one nice shot there from Rees. That was a good shot with the right hand. D thought a jab was coming, and he was looking jab, and he's looking lead hand, and Rees led with the backhand and landed a right hand that D did not see coming. Good hook right hand there from D.
Rocky back at southpaw, under 30 seconds here in round 2.
But landing that right hand has now put D a little bit more on the attack mind. He was laying on his back foot a bit much, and it was working, but once he got hit with the right hand, you saw D now got a little bit aggressive. Now he's back on the back foot again, looking for that counter right hand.
Final seconds of the round. What a fight.
And there it goes again with that all at once attack by D, where he'll go from 0 to 100. He says to be careful being so up high at close range.
Round number 3. Championship fight scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. Liam Rees did say, I've got a good clinch. You would think the advantage would go to D with his massive MMA experience.
Yeah, but D's boxing
not always the case.
D's boxing, and D's mind as well. It's not just been D's boxing. It's been D's intelligence with a game plan and executing it here that has really made a big difference here in this fight so far. Because Rees has not been able to find the answer for that right hand that D throws and that D rocks back with. And not only has it not found an answer for it where D's landed it, but it's also prevented Rees. It's made Rees hesitant to close the gap. And you see there, you close the gap hesitatingly, and you're going to run into punches. And that was happened there for Rees. Rees is closing the gap with a little bit of hesitancy, and D is catching him because of it. That's a mouse under the right eye of Rees.
D describes himself as a brave, fierce, Viking-like fighter.
Rees turning southpaw there, trying to close that gap. These double punches there from D.
The strong chin of Rocky Rees, a major weapon. It has been tested before. It's being tested tonight.
D talking now. D's confident.
Midway point of this championship fight. The champion in the black, the challenger in the black and white. Southpaw again for Rocky. Not a trash talker, even though he understands the entertainment value. He appreciates the fans, the attention he's gotten as a champion. Liam Rees, though, said he's still a normal family man, but he's got a heck of a battle from the Philippines tonight. Big swing and a miss.
There it is again.
Twice by Rolando Dy.
There's again the Rees. D will kind of lull you to sleep at times with 0-0, do nothing, looking like he's trying to draw you into a counter, and all of a sudden lead with some powerful shots. You see Rees, again, a bit hesitant to close that gap. You see he's landing on the end of those shots. So there's not a lot of damage being done because he's a little bit hesitant to close those final 6 inches where he could really put some drive on the shots. And that's because Dy has been effective with the counter right hand. So he's caused that trepidation and that hesitancy on the part of Rees.
Body shots in the clinch from the challenger. Rees comes in. Gloved, hybrid, bare knuckle, 21-0. Our title fight continues. Round number 4. The knockdown scored by Rolando Dy earlier in this matchup. Earlier in this battle, looms large.
Jigs called it.
Jigs, exactly. Great minds think alike.
Oh, another counter right hand from Dy. Again, Rees coming in too high, and with that hesitation, he is frustrated as well. And Dy senses it. Dy senses the hesitation. He senses the breaking of the body language of Rees. Rees has to try to get it together. He still has half the fight to go. You know, we're only in round 4 out of 6, so there's still almost 50% of the fight still to go for Rees to turn it around. The thing is, if he has not figured how he's going to turn it around, then of course that can still seem, even though you have a long time, it can still seem like nothing. And I don't know if Rees has figured out the way to turn this around here.
Dy focuses on legacy, family, and discipline.
No matter what the change of stance happens, Dy stays in that position. If Rees changes stances, Dy stays in that position. Nice little uppercut on the inside from Dy as well.
Mutual respect. The battle continues. They check the cut on the face of Rocky Rees.
Again, Rees, trying to close that gap, but you see the hesitation. And another round counter right hand from Dy. Dy can't miss with that counter right hand. He lulls him into it, he draws him into it. And Rees also frustrated.
2 tough fights already to win the belt and defend it for Rocky Rees.
Let's see if
Dy starts to lead. A serious fight right now, partner.
Dy led with a 1-2 there. Now Dy's starting to maybe lead a little bit. Dy's done well with the counter punching, and it seems like maybe he doesn't want to go again. Another counter right hand, another counter right hand. Doesn't want to go away from it. But I would sense Dy may be starting to lead here as Rees starts to break a little bit. Maybe Dy will start to search for a little bit more aggression, or maybe he'll just play it safe with these counter right hands. I mean, listen, unless Rees figures out an answer, he's on his way to victory just with this game plan. But he may start to sense a weakening on the part of Rees, which may motivate him to get aggressive, as like right there. So he's starting to lead with his own attack now instead of waiting for it.
In his title defense against Martin Reffel, it went to the 6th round. Rees fought through a broken nose and a point deduction in the 4th round.
Yeah, Rees is a warrior. Nice shot there from Rees. The wide left hand lands, but he falls in, so he's not able to follow up with a combination.
Scorecards are leaning towards the Philippines.
I'd say they're more than leaning at this point, right, Goldie?
Yeah.
Dy is very confident.
Right?
Dy is very confident right now. He's in his zone. I need a doctor to check the eye of Rees here. Remember, this cut opened with a headbutt, but of course the landed right hands of Dy have now made it much, much worse.
Doctor talking to the champ.
A conversation here, let's see. Dy waving his hands like he wants to stop, but Rees has too big a heart for that.
We have seen that on display.
We've seen Rees war after war here. And I think Rees wouldn't mind the war, but it's been such a technical masterclass from Dy that he's prevented him from being the war that Rees wants. And from this perspective, Rees has been outgunned in a technical fight.
And Paulie, that goes back to the point we made at the top of this fight. This main event is that Rolando Dy's got the strength, he's got the clinch, he's got the MMA, 28 MMA fights, but he said, I can box and I'm gonna box.
Yeah.
And he's doing exactly that. Yep. Rocky will not go away in Rocky style.
But Rocky now, the thing about Rocky, the problem Rocky has too is He's got a little bit of a swelling on the left eye of Rees, so he has landed. I mean, of D, so he has landed. There is some swelling on the left eye of D, and that can maybe motivate Rees a little bit, as he has landed something to cause some swelling on the left eye of there's another good right hand on the part of Rees.
Yep.
That's why the championship fights are 6 rounds.
Are we already at the point, though, Paulie, where Liam Rees needs a stoppage?
These are at least some knockdowns. Oh, big right hand on the part of Rees, of D on Rees, and then he lifts him up in the clinch just to try to, again, that's the psychological battle.
Yep, midway point of the 5th.
Rees is looking for a home run shot, though. You see how much he's loading these right hands up now. And with the left eye closing of D, let's see if Rees can hide that right. I think he should be in the right-handed stance. I think he should be throwing big right hands here because D may not see the right hands. So I think actually the southpaw stance is not the stance he should be in. He should probably be in a right-handed stance looking for big right hands. And D now smartly going back into that defensive posture, try to roll and counter right hands and not get too aggressive in case he walks into something.
And right when you said that, he did go orthodox.
Yeah.
Now back to southpaw for a moment.
D has to be careful. He's up in the fight. He's getting a little bit desperate, a little bit wild. He has to be careful himself. He's up in the fight. I think he's letting his emotions get the best of him, and now he wants to fight. But remember, Rees in a war is exactly what Rees wants. He gives Rees the best chances. Good shot there from Rees. Good shot there from Rees.
Is alive. This is the best round for Liam Rees.
Yeah, and another good right hand from Rees. These punches are starting to get a little too wide. I don't know if it's frustration or if all of a sudden the level of D, but all of a sudden the level of D has diminished as his punches were nice and short and tight, and now they're wide. And Rees is starting punching between them, and the crowd senses it. The crowd senses it. Rees here has to also be careful not falling in because he takes away his ability to finish a combination.
Look at the swelling on the left side of the face of Rolando Dy.
The right hand, Rees can't miss with the right hands. I don't think D sees them, guys. Rees back in the southpaw stance, though, which again, I don't think is his best position. Rees needs at least a knockdown, or maybe probably 2, or a knockout. But with D not being able to, D's eye being completely closed.
It is completely closed.
He's got an opportunity to get it.
They're going to check.
Doctor can't stop this fight. The guy Doctor cannot stop this fight. He's up ahead in a championship fight. Cannot stop the fight. There's 1 round left. If there was 5 rounds left, I'd say, okay, there's 1 round left. 1 round left.
Okay. It's good to go. He passed the test.
Yeah, I mean, you can't stop this fight. There's 1 round left. If there was 4 or 5 rounds, okay, I'd say, you might have a point. There's 1 round left. Drama is high here.
Yep, Rocky went right after that spot that you talked about, Paulie.
Yeah, Rees probably needs some knockdowns, a knockout, and he's in a position to possibly get it here. I don't agree with him being in the southpaw stance, being that it's the left eye of D that's closed.
And
just missed the right hand.
On cue.
Just missed it. He missed that right hand. D didn't slip it, though. He missed it. Rees has to also make sure his shots are tight enough and close and short enough to land them. D is intelligent here. He's playing defensive posture. D probably knows he can give up the round as long as he doesn't get knocked down.
Yep.
So D's going to play it safe here, being that he has 1 eye.
Rocky again. He's firing for that left eye, just like you talked about.
But I think Rocky has to set up the right hand with some combinations. He has to throw some decoy punches because D knows the right hand is what Rocky's looking for. And D also knows that as long as he gets out of this round unscathed, he's probably the new world champion. Again, right hand, this is all Rees is looking for. Again, he's got to probably disguise it a little bit better. Because D knows, and the whole arena knows that that's what Rees needs to land.
Got a left to sneak in. Is he going to lead from the southpaw stance with that right now?
He almost went for the first clinch of the fight, right? The tie plum, which we saw worked very well against Geraint, but he hasn't tried it this fight. And Rees is frustrated. Rees now doesn't have to hesitate to come in because I don't know if D can pull the trigger on the right hand as easily, being that he can't see as much. But D is so defensively responsible right now that landing a clean shot is still difficult. There's a minute left. Is there a minute left in the championship reign of Rocky Rees, Goldie? Nice little short counter right hand there by D.
Breaking up the clinch at more of a rapid pace. That may go all the way back to the headbutt, the clash of heads early in the fight.
I agree, Goldie. Rees tries an uppercut there, misses it. Rees is frustrated, Goldie.
30 seconds remain.
After 30 seconds left in the title reign of Rocky Rees, or is he going to pull a rabbit out of the hat here?
Is he going to pull a Rocky?
Rocky, he's going to have to try it here, but D is not engaging. D is not engaging like Apollo. D knows he's winning. And D is looking to finish the fight here. He knows he's done the work in the first 4 rounds.
Especially that knockdown.
And knockdown again, lose large, Goldie.
They go the distance!
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 full championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards at ringside and determine your winner. Judge Shaun season 59 to 54, while judges Adam Puttock and Koky see 58 to 55, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. And the new BKB Super Welterweight Champion world, Rolando Dy.
Well-deserved, Goldie.
Well-deserved. And Rocky has got some heart.
Rocky fought with the heart of a champion. I mean, he never gave up to the end. He kept fighting the whole way.
Geraint Davies with the new champion.
Well, I am here with Rolando. A brilliant game plan that you executed so skillfully tonight, Rolando.
I just want to apologize. I was just so hyped and I treated, I know it's just a sport, but I treated when I entered, my mind is, everyone is my enemy, that's why. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to hurt you, I'm just, because of the adrenaline, I'm really sorry. And I apologize for the crowd for being like that. I'm not like that by default, I'm really sorry. I'm just hyped with the game, I'm really sorry.
I don't think you need to apologize.
I love you guys, I'm really sorry, I'm really sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I'm really sorry for what I did, the way I act. I'm sorry, I know you're angry at me, I'm really sorry, I'm just hyped. I'm just hyped with the game. I entered the game treating, what's the name of the champion? Liam Rees.
You're the champion now.
Treating Liam Rees as an enemy, but that's my mind. I'm really sorry, guys. If I offended you, from the bottom of my heart, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me.
This is like Anderson Silva apologizing to Rich Franklin in Cincinnati.
Apologize for. Final question. How smart was your game plan and how soon did you realize in that fight, by being static and counter-punching, that he couldn't find a way into your shield?
He entered, actually I wanted to maul Liam, like hold him like I did to Duran, but he entered with a muscular body. He sculpted like a Greek god, so I said no. I changed the game plan. For sure, this guy is so muscular, he is not that fast. That's what.
Just tell us how it finally feels to be champion very quickly.
Guys, I'm a Christian and I apologize for what I did today. I'm really sorry, and for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord. I'm a Christian. Remember, we are all sinners, but there's a gift of God for everyone. Whoever believes in Him will go to heaven.
Okay,
just
thank you
believe.
very much, Rolando Dy. Congratulations. Back
The
to you
biggest
guys.
gift of the
Don't beat
night
me up, okay? I'm really
is
sorry.
the one over his
Sorry, I love you
shoulder.
guys.
Rolando Dy, the Incredible, is the new BKB Super Welterweight World Champion.